Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a point in history which is definitive when it comes to Wonder Woman and it comes to Gal Gadot's rendition of the character. We can now definitively say, since her debut in Batman v Superman, that Wonder Woman is the number one comic book superheroine and superhero period in all of comic book history. She is the authentic, she is the only superhero that we should concern ourselves with for a very long time. Her popularity is unmistakable. She is the official greatest superhero of all time. It's not Superman, it's not Batman, it's not Iron Man, it's not Spider-Man, it's Wonder Woman. I can say that almost 100% officially, even though it's not quite to fruition. And I'm talking only in terms of box office right now. In terms of box office, the superhero who has the clout in North America is Wonder Woman. She's taken it over. She is officially the greatest of them all. Nobody else is as great as she is. It is now official. Okay, when she debuted in Batman v Superman, she made quite a splash in the comic book world. It's probably the greatest superhero entrance ever in the history of comic book movies. Well, that is now solidified as she enters into Justice League, the one who everyone comes to see and comes to expect, well, most people. And the person who will be carrying Justice League on her shoulders, and she can handle it, is Wonder Woman. It's not Flash, it's not Batman, it's not Superman, it's not Supergirl. It's none of those guys. It's Wonder Woman. That's right. Gal Gadot is now a huge superstar, and she is the official Wonder Woman. She is the official Wonder Woman. Let me say that again. Gal Gadot, you are now officially. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. I remember when Linda Carter was saying, when the torch was passed, it's a huge mantle to take on, a huge responsibility, but you will be able to handle it. She says it's not the same. Your life's going to change forever. And I'm telling you now, Gal Gadot, your life has changed forever. Hopefully you stay the same with that. But she is now a huge, mega superstar. I'm talking about, you just look at the numbers figures. She is a big superstar thanks to Patty Jenkins. Got her muscles there. She's big and strong. Yeah. She is now a massive superstar. Let's go to Box Office Mojo, which is now making it something that is now sealed in time. So Wonder Woman, at the end of August 20th, 2017, which will be at the end of this weekend, is estimated to pull in domestically $404,008,376. That is a hefty, whooping sum of money domestically. Internationally, it is estimated that she has pulled in an extra $500,000, bringing the total to $396 million. A worldwide cume of 800,008,376 dollars. That is ridiculous. Let me say that again. I don't think people are putting this into perspective. This is the very first origin movie. This is the first time Wonder Woman is hitting the screens, and she has made such a splash. No other comic book movie has debuted, seriously now, with a singular comic book character. No comic book movie has debuted anywhere near this total except for Sam Raimi's Spider-Man back in 2002. We will look at worldwide box office grosses in a minute. This is why I tell you, Wonder Woman, currently, for sure, she stands alone in the comic book universe. Iron Man didn't debut with that kind of money. Batman has never debuted with that kind of money. Superman has not debuted with that kind of money. Spider-Man is the only other comic book character to debut with something around this amount, and Wonder Woman's just passed Spider-Man in the North American box office. And finally, in terms of worldwide kume, Wonder Woman has achieved, according to estimations, I don't know if this is going to actually pan out to be exactly this, but in terms of estimation, it has just passed $800 million. Superhero origin films. The number one superhero origin movie is now Wonder Woman, surpassing Sam Raimi's Spider-Man by $300,000 so far, and some change. Okay? Let me say that again. This is history in the making, folks. This is history in the making. This is indisputable. Now Patty Jenkins is on a whole other level. You have to understand. This isn't about woman anymore and the first for woman and the first woman to do. No. Patty Jenkins just made a film that is the number one grossing superhero origin movie of all time. I want you to process that domestically. Now, she can also get of all time period if she can somehow get the worldwide kume to surpass Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movie, which would mean she'd have to pass $821 million and get $822 million, which is not beyond this film to do, because it may have to air again in the fall. But even so, I just want to say this is an undisputable historic fact now. This is history. This film has made history. Okay? All the other things were cool. And well, first for women, first for this, first for women, first for women. That was cool. This has nothing to do with woman or man. This has to do with comic book history. In terms of movies, it is the number one superhero comic book movie origin story of all time. Let that sink in, because that says what kind of value this character is. Batman needs to take a back seat. Superman needs to take a back seat. Spider-Man needs to take a back seat. In North America, people are now going to come to see Wonder Woman, principally Wonder Woman. Not Superman, not Batman, not The Flash, not Iron Man, not Spider-Man, not Captain America, not Thor. Wonder Woman. Let that sink in for a minute. In terms of all-time domestic grosses now, Wonder Woman sits at the 23rd spot. She is where the air is rare now. She's going after the Hunger Games next. And then she's going to try and chase down Captain America Civil War in the North American box office. Possibly even Iron Man 3. Okay? If she gets past Iron Man 3, ladies and gentlemen, there will only be one comic book movie character who she hasn't overtaken in her first sitting. Now think about what I'm saying. It took 2 Iron Man movies before Iron Man 3 came out and Iron Man 3 could surpass Wonder Woman. It took 1 origin Batman movie, and then the second Batman movie was able to make more than Wonder Woman. The other 2 Batman movies made more than Wonder Woman. This is the first Wonder Woman movie, and it has grossed $404 million. Step aside Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, whoever else, Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine, all of them, all the superheroes who's ever had a movie. In North America, Wonder Woman reigns. Alright, let's go on. Worldwide box office grossing. So Wonder Woman has moved up from the 65th position to the 64th position. It is now ahead of Shrek the Third. Excuse me, ahead of Shrek the Third, and it's now pursuing Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Let me just say, only 3 spots away is Spider-Man. Still a tidy sum of money away, but it's 3 spots away. It's at $821.7 million. Wonder Woman has accomplished every single goal that it could possibly have accomplished. For it to overachieve and to put the icing on the cake, it has to get at least $22 million, $22 million more, and chase down Spider-Man and overtake it. Is it possible that it can pass Spider-Man, even probably get past Inception? Oh, we don't know. We'll have to see what happens in Japan. And then, of course, when it opens again in the fall. Because this movie is definitely going to be promoted by Warner Brothers for Academy Awards. That's without saying. So it may show again in the fall. So it is possible that this movie could get as far as even overtaking the Twilight Saga, and probably just squeeze into the 830 millions. And that, my friends, if it makes 830 something million, small, maybe 831, 832, if it even ekes that, it's going to be indelibly in history as the best comic book movie debut ever in the history of comic book movies, and will cement Wonder Woman as a franchise that is not only lucrative to Warner Brothers, but imperative that Warner Brothers gets Wonder Woman right every single time. Like, they're not supposed to mess with that franchise. If they have so much respect for Batman, Batman ain't done nothing. I mean, Iron Man has done better than Batman, right? This franchise, Wonder Woman, would have done better than Iron Man, Batman, and we talking about Iron Man did well. Captain America hasn't done that well. Captain America was basically an Avengers film. So just imagine, this film, a Wonder Woman movie, has grossed in this kind of sums of money. This is not an ensemble film. And it grossed in that kind of money. Not even Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming still had Iron Man in it, right? And Captain America was in it, right? So they helped him, boost his ratings and stuff. Wonder Woman didn't have none of them. It was just a standalone. So if Wonder Woman beats back Spider-Man Homecoming, I'm talking about Worldwide Kume now. Think about what I'm saying. This is her debut. Spider-Man was a reboot. This is her debut, and she beats back Spider-Man Homecoming. Watch out for that now. You have to pay attention to this. This will be a franchise that you don't play with. What Wonder Woman will do in Justice League in terms of numbers is she's just going to spike the Justice League into another spectrum, okay? If she got that kind of clout in her very first movie, I don't know what her sequel will make, to be honest with you. But even more interestingly enough, is this character on its own. I mean, it debuted with Batman v Superman. I'm pretty sure it was what caused Batman v Superman to get the kind of numbers it got. Most people say the best part of Batman v Superman was Wonder Woman when she showed up. And she was the only one really taking on Doomsday, right? Everybody else was kind of getting kicked around or running. So Wonder Woman's going to be big in the Justice League. People are going to come to see the Justice League just for Wonder Woman. These numbers, she's going to generate some ridiculous numbers for Justice League. Period. Okay? This is some serious clout. This movie, remember, Wonder Woman came out in the year, now bear this in mind. When Spider-Man came out in 2002, there weren't a whole bunch of comic book movies to compete with it at the box office. Wonder Woman came out with Spider-Man Homecoming. With all these blockbusters coming out, Dunkirk and all these other things, Guardians of the Galaxy was still out. And she came at that time. And this is the kind of money Wonder Woman generated. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, whether you're a Marvel fan, whether you're a DC fan, you went to see Wonder Woman. There's no way Wonder Woman made those kinds of money just off of DC fans. It's not happening. Not happening. Everybody came to see Wonder Woman. Everybody will come to see Wonder Woman. And I believe Wonder Woman is going to generate even more money for Justice League than Batman will, Cyborg, people are just going to come with tunnel vision and be like, what's Wonder Woman doing? How is she doing? People are just going to talk about Wonder Woman for Justice League. Even though I'm a Cyborg fan, and I know Cyborg is going to do some really cool things in Justice League that's going to make people think differently about Cyborg. But people are not going to come out in their droves to see Cyborg. I'm sorry. Minorities may, and they'll be like, oh man, Cyborg really represents us. They may love Cyborg. I know I will. But that's not why people will come to see Justice League. And they're going to come week after week after week. Even if Cyborg's a plus. Like, Cyborg's going to be like the icing on the cake, and Aquaman and Flash and stuff. Some people come to see Justice League just for Flash, some just for Batman, right? But most people are going to come out to see Justice League for Wonder Woman. Yeah, they're going to come to see Justice League for Wonder Woman. That's right, folks. Because Wonder Woman kicks ass. Wonder Woman kicked ass in Batman v Superman. She's going to kick ass in Justice League. She kicked ass in her own movie. People are going to come to see Justice League just for Wonder Woman. Okay, folks? There is a changing of the guard in Hollywood. Thinking that macho roles and big, strong, buff, kicking ass is only for men. Nope, this is about to change. And Warner Brothers is about to have a huge hit in Justice League on their hands, but not because of Batman. Not because of Superman. Not because of none of those other characters. They're going to have it because of Wonder Woman. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now official. Well, almost official. These are estimates. Wonder Woman is the number one. I'm going to say it right now. She is the number one comic book superhero of all comic book superheroes. It's not Superman. It's not Batman. It's not Iron Man. It's not Spider-Man. It's now, ladies and gentlemen, Wonder Woman. History has been made. You guys have a great one.